no longer news that Chelsea need a striker because Nicholas Jackson has not been cutting it. And it has been going on for 2 seasons. A lot of people, including me, have been shouting why we need a striker. And today, I came up with a list. 5 to 7 man list. You get me? And I would like you to do one thing for me. If I miss someone on this list, or you think so, or you know someone that could do a good job for Chelsea up front, I think you should throw him there. But here are my list, and I'll be telling you the ones I like, the one I think that is realistic, or the one I think that we can get. At the top of my list is the man of the moment, Alexander Isak. He has scored 23 goals this season and 5 assists. Obviously, he equally scored 20 goals last season. He's a Premier League proven striker. Actually, a week ago, he won the Carabao Cup. You get me? Breaking this Newcastle 70 years course, giving them their first trophy, their first top flight domestic trophy. You might call it the Carabao Cup, but man, this cup had Newcastle fans in tears. I think he's currently the hottest striker at the moment. So now the possibility of getting him is very, very slim. But I think he's a striker that every player, not just the Premier League side, including La Liga side, Barcelona, some are even linking that to Real Madrid. He's a striker that every team will be coming for. You get me? But there's a problem because what Newcastle is asking for him, the valuation for him, Newcastle value him around 150 million pounds. And I don't see anyone paying that. Now, they are equally offering him a contract, so they could be on a safer side. But we have to look out in the summer and see what happens. The only way Benjamin Isak is going to leave is if he put in a transfer request to Newcastle telling them he wants to leave. But even if he wants to leave, is he going to come to Chelsea? That is another part. Can Chelsea sign him? Because likes of Arsenal and Liverpool, who I think, in my opinion, currently are much of a better team than Chelsea. Is he going to sign for this? Is he going to sign for Chelsea ahead of these 2 teams? I'm not really sure. And there are talks of Barcelona interest around him. And when Barca is interested in a player, it's a whole different vibe. But I think it's unlikely realistic. But I think he's a striker everyone would like to have in his team. Like I really, really, really love him. I would like to have him. Second on my list is a striker that I have talked about a lot of time. A striker that I'm really, really in love with. A striker that I've said I would like to see him play, which is Victor Osimhen, which looks attainable. 75 million release clause, 75 million euros actually, around 65 million pounds in if you change it to England currency. 75 million euros release clause in his Napoli contract. He's currently at loan at Fenerbahce. It's no news anymore. Already he has scored 26 goals and 5 assists. But actually in Napoli with title winning season, he scored 31 goals and 4 assists in that season. This is a striker that I think out of all the people I'll call on this list, I have watched him the more because apparently he plays for Nigerian national team. And when I watch him during AFCON, I think he's a kind of striker. Even if he doesn't score, he gives us something that Jackson equally offers. Maybe he's not really good with when it comes to link up playing. You get me, or hold up playing, but that pressing up front, he's really, really good at it because he's a tank. He's energetic. During the AFCON was last year 2022 or 2021? I can't really remember the year again, but during AFCON, this is a guy that I saw him defend for Nigeria and attack for Nigeria. Like you saw him every match, he is limping. And for me, I think he's one of my best strikers, and one of the best strikers in the world, actually the best striker in Africa currently. I think it's realistic, but I don't know whether Chelsea will go for him given his age and his salary. And if you heard Mikel Obi at Sky Sports a few days ago, he talked about knowing where the deal ended and them being able to pick up if they want to pick up in the summer. Now we have to look at that. That's a deal I think is quite possible, and a deal I think I would really, really love to see happen if we don't get a Benjamin. I think I would pick him over Alexander Isak, in my opinion, even though Isak is Premier League proven. But I think I can have both of them, any one of them. I think I can have any one of them. We just have to see what happens. Obviously, I put into note, he's a Chelsea fan. It's no news anymore. Drogba is his idol. So I think this is a deal that is going to be easier for us if we are really, really serious in challenging for the league next year. Because, brother, I'm not going for anything less than contending for the title next year. And the third on my list is the hottest striker in Europe. 80 goals in 2 seasons. He has currently scored 40 goals and 9 assists this season, 43 goals and 14 assists in the previous season, making him one of the hottest striker in the whole world right now. Apparently, he's not a striker that entices me. I think he has the numbers and he has the goals, but one thing I really, really question about him is the league. Obviously, he has played in the English league. He has played in the Premier League, but that was just one appearance for Brighton. But he has played in the Championship from where he scored like 2 goals before moving to Sporting CP. That talks like if you want to sign him in last January, you have to pay 100, but there is a 75 million fee for him this summer. Now he's 27 years old. Will Chelsea be going for him? You know, we have been around that Sporting CP environment and we have been striking deals. We recently signed Quenda and Esugo from Sporting CP. And are we going to be going for Gyokeres? I don't know. And given how hot he is, I think a lot of teams will be interested in him. Arsenal is a team that has not shied away from admiring Gyokeres. But it's not really bad to have him at Chelsea. A different type of striker from Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, a different type of profile from him. I think he's very, very aggressive. You know, he can run in the line. Not really, really good when it comes like with footwork. I think none of the strikers I've caught so far is really, really good when it comes to their feet, you know, like dribbling, apart from Isak actually, who I think is more complete than all of them. I think he can dribble, he can assist, he can shoot left and right, you get me. But with Victor, I think he has proven that he's a goal machine. He's an absolute machine. And I think it's possible we can sign him. He's someone that we could get if we are serious for a title. I think him and Victor Osimhen is a deal I see that is very, very possible. And I would like to I would like to have him actually, but he's not really my, not my favorite option. But moving on to the list is another player I don't really fancy. Benjamin Sesko, who will be around for 60 million in the summer. Obviously, last summer Chelsea tried to sign him, but he opted to extend his contract at RB Leipzig, and then they agreed a gentleman agreement to let him go this summer. Obviously, Arsenal tried to get him in January, but it didn't really work. Benjamin Sesko has scored 70 goals and 6 assists. But one thing, I think he's 22 years old. One thing I give to him is that throughout his career, he has always had a double-digit goal scoring every season. You get me? But so far this season, he has scored 17 goals and 6 assists. And well, I haven't watched him a lot. Let's just be honest. I don't really fancy him. He's still a young striker, developing. German league. We have signed players from German league. We have seen what's his name? Nkunku came in, didn't work. Kai Havertz didn't work. Timo Werner didn't work. Christian Pulisic didn't work, and that's my only concern for him. But I don't really fancy him. But I think he's a lot of people might like him, but I think he's one of the best strikers currently in Europe that I think that is visible to get, or very, very good to get at the moment. But we have to see what happens, because Arsenal looks like they are interested in all the strikers, because Arsenal are equally interested in him. Who is Arsenal not interested? Even Victor Osimhen, they were going for him in the summer, in the summer, but not really. They are not really out and out. Once they heard the fee that Napoli was asking for, they kind of opted out. The next player on my list is a player that is not the most sexiest name. It's not the name that he's not hyped about, but I think a player that can really do a good job as well. Jonathan David. I know one thing good about it: he's up for free. So if Chelsea doesn't get Alexander Isak, maybe the money is too much. Victor Osimhen, maybe he's too old. Victor Gyokeres, maybe he's too old. Benjamin Sesko, maybe it's too expensive. Jonathan David is free and is very, very young, 25, 26 years old. He has already scored 23 goals and 10 assists this season. Then they won Real Madrid in the Champions League this season as well. He scored 26 goals and 7 assists in the previous season. This is a player that was hyped, to be one of the best strikers in the whole world. but apparently hasn't been able to live up to that hype. And he's a player that, that have been linked to Chelsea for the past 2-3 summers. I think there has been links of him coming to Chelsea, but nothing really seemed to happen. And this is the perfect opportunity for us to get him. Maybe get him and one other striker. Maybe, we shall see. But I think Jonathan David is up for free in the summer. Obviously, I think there are rumors that he prefer a move to Barcelona. I don't know how true that is. But this is a striker that I think, not the sexiest name, not the best name, but I think he could do a very, very good job, given what is available for free, and I don't think he's on much wages. So I think Chelsea, he suits everything you want. You get me? But there are a lot of complaints about him, him missing a lot of the ball and stuff. But like, I don't really care. But I think I haven't watched him as well. I haven't watched him. Let me know, like, I haven't watched him, but I think he's all right. His numbers say so. I think during the Copa America, I think he was very, very instrumental to the Canadian side. Scored a lot of goals for them before being kicked out by the Argentine, because I think I closely followed him during that summer period, and he's a player that I think I like. I will not throw a force. I think I made a video about him in the summer, talking of reasons why I think we should get him and why I think he could be good for us. Now, the next player on my list is another Nigerian, Victor Boniface. Victor Boniface, 10 goals this season and 1 assist. Now, the context is that I think he has played 22 matches this season and he has been out injured, and I think that's the problem. But in the title winning season, he scored 21 goals and 9 assists for Bayer Leverkusen in the title winning season. And one thing I don't really like about him is that he's really, really injury prone. I've seen him play for Bayer Leverkusen. He's really, really good. When he plays for the Nigerian national team, I'm not really, really impressed with Boniface. But I think he's a good striker in my opinion. I've seen him play in Champions League. He's really, really good. But I think he's almost a decent type, almost a same type of striker with Ola Jackson, who I think he has very good hold up play, very good link up play. He has very, very good shooting ranges. I think he's very, very good, but his injury record, nah man. From his days from Molde till Leverkusen, like he broke goes injury for fun. He missed AFCON because of injury. He missed when he was called up by the under 21 or under 23 because of injury. So like, in as much as it's my countryman, but like, I don't really fancy him actually. I don't really fancy Victor Boniface, but I think I'd rather have him than have no one. I'd rather have him than have Christopher Nkunku up top. I'd rather have him than have Maguire, because I think he's more experienced. Funny enough, I think he's an Arsenal fan. That's one thing. But the next player on my list is a player that Chelsea is equally after, a player that they're highly, really interested about, Leon Delap. But it's not a player that I fancy. I don't fancy Leon Delap. 10 goals and 2 assists this season, and he plays for Ipswich. But I think one thing that the board are looking at was when he was under Maresca at the under 23 side for Manchester City. He scored 24 goals and 4 assists during that period with Maresca. So I think Chelsea are looking forward to recreate it. Leon Delap has been tipped to be one of the best strikers currently in his age group. Given that he plays for Ipswich, 10 goals and 2 assists, given how bad that team is, I think it's all right. And I saw him play against Chelsea, bruh. He bullied us. He really, really bullied us. But yeah, so yeah, the list of strikers I think Chelsea should be going for. Now, if you think I miss anybody on that list, or there's someone that could do a good job for us, get to the comment section. Maybe do a part 2 of it. I think we'll do defenders or maybe goalkeepers. I don't know, man. But yeah, let's see how this video goes. Then maybe we'll do something. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.